Hello, greetings, and good morning from my end. My name is Augustine, and I'm here to give us a summary of yesterday's mass adoption meeting. If you're tuning into my broadcast for the first time, welcome to the Simply Brilliant community. And our community is created to create balance. Our community came in to create balance across the world because the world is out of balance. We have an objective of raising 1 billion members from across the world and empowering them so that they are financially capable of holding humanity and then supporting them because the present status quo is no more supporting human beings. So I'm going to take my time to address, or summarize yesterday's mass adoption meeting. And I would crave your indulgence if you're tuning into my broadcast. As usual, as always, do well to like, do well to share, do well to click on the notification bell. Some of us don't click on the notification bell. When you click on the notification bell, select all so that anytime I'm live, you get the notifications. You know. All right. So I'm going to begin by sharing my screen. And before I actually share my screen, I'm going to make quick highlights about some of the things that the administration talked about yesterday. The first thing he talked about, was as regards addressing money coming into the system. Now, money has been coming into the system, but it's been a challenge, So he talked about it, which is one of the highlights. And he also talked about bringing in new money to the system, and I'll also address that shortly. And he talked about in details, the promo that is now available. Well, I won't call it the promo, but now what we are going to be working with, because this will build until we've grown our membership base into a billion. And its tip of the iceberg is that you can start with as little as $10, and you can get out $15 as soon as you put in your money. And then he also said all this will be done through the Gringo Cash back office. And then finally, he took time to look into the blog. So I'm going to take my time to go into it one step at a time. But before I do so, let me begin by sharing my screen. And then when I share my screen, I think I can explain much more. So my screen is now being shared. And I want to please bring this to your attention that there are qualities that has to do with being a good student. Every human being that exists on earth is a student of life, nature. And that's why there is a difference between one and another, because this may be more experienced than the other. So permit me to say that this is a school, and we are raising up 1 billion people, and we are building their consciousness so that they can rise above the mindset that the elite has subjected them to. And there are a lot of students, and there are also a lot of lecturers in the community. But the number one administrator is the number one lecturer. And when he teaches, then subjects or fellow lecturers learn from him and then go out to interpret. I happen to be one of the lecturers as well in this community. And I'm doing my best to educate the community, and then I hope that they're actually catching on. I can tell you truly that a good number of us have started catching on. Now, as every student, students are very good at studying. And one of the qualities of a student is antecedents, taking time to look through the previous events that has happened. And I want this pattern to follow. When you go to school, you pick up textbooks, you buy textbooks, you spend some time in the library to study, to know in depth what you are studying about, what you are learning in the school, depending on what level you find yourself. In this particular organization, it's still the same thing that applies. If you are not able to keep yourself abreast with the activities going on in the community, then you're going to be out of sync. Okay? And in school, you didn't study only one course, you studied several courses. So, therefore, take your time to find leaders in the community and attach yourself to those leaders. And if those leaders follow through the terms and conditions laid out by the Simply Brilliant community, then success is assured. Okay, so now I'm bringing us to this particular blog, which is my channel, because I want people to follow through and understand where we started. Now, I wouldn't advise that you go down to look through all of my videos, but it is wise you take time to look through at least the first 3 or 4 videos. So make it a habit. If you haven't yet watched this video or this video, um, sorry about that, please. Sorry about the delay. I think I should mute my phone. Give me a second. All right, it was a distraction. Now, back to what I was saying. I said do well to keep informed with previous activities that has happened in the community. And it's only reasonable for you to take your time to review this particular one and then look into this one and then also look into this one. Now, some people will say that the videos are long, the videos are lengthy. Now, there is this thing I should let you know. If you think education is expensive, then go ahead and try out ignorance. The bulk of members in this community, I can tell you, are given to quick gratification, get quick rich concepts, and are grossly uninformed. And this is the reason why these informations are there for you to get yourself properly informed. Not everybody, some people are well informed, while some are not informed. Some people are in the community, attend lectures, but still are not having the understanding to comprehend. And that's the reason why you are supposed to attach yourself to people who understand this system and are willing to teach and are diligent to teach. I think I'm one of the people that are willing to teach, willing to pass on the right information. So I crave your indulgence. Do well to like. When you come into this channel and you watch, do well to like. Because one thing that like does is to pass in a message. We are one united community. Coming together from across the world is not a joke. That I'm able to associate with people I'm associating with in the community wouldn't have ever been because I couldn't have ever met them. In fact, nothing would have associated myself with them. For instance, the Chief Justice of the Simply Brilliant community is a good friend, okay? And a whole lot of other people. Now, I couldn't have ever known them if I wasn't a member in the community. And anytime you watch any of their videos, do well to like. It should be a habit with everybody in the community. When you watch, you like, provided the content makes sense to you and it is in line with the community, like the video, it helps. So do well to get yourself up to date with these previous videos. And then with that, this one I'm now giving you will make a whole lot of sense. Okay. So that's the first information I want to pass across. Now let's move into the main details. So I'm going to now go into the main details and then share my screen. And we're going to begin with the Gringo Cash back office. All right. So as regards the Gringo Cash back office, now this is not where I'm supposed to go, but of course, these informations are not new to any of us again. Now, before I go into details, that is going into the blog, let me take my time to address those things that the administration talked about. Now, the first thing he talked about was as regards, sorry, the first thing he talked about was as regards, the issue of money. Money coming into the system was coming through bounties, and then we use Joy G, pay subscription fee, the price goes high, and then after a while he drops the price and then uses it to pay bounties, pay the support team and other things. That's exactly what he's been doing. And over time he tried out a few other things such as the $5 thing, and the $5 thing went on for about a month or so, and then it started getting a whole lot of hiccups, and then he had to bring it down because the input versus output wasn't working as expected. It is such that when you give in, the input should be more than the output, but it looks like the output was more than the input. And at that point, it was going into negative expenditures, negative spendings. So that was the straw that broke the camel's back. you know, and that was the reason why the administration had to stop it. So we've tried out a few things, and some of them worked for a while. After a while, it didn't work, and some people have begun to think that the administration is doing it for his own selfish purpose. I can tell you the truth: the administration is learning every day, and he ventured into this with one primary purpose: not to be microchipped. One primary purpose, so that the elites will not have mastery over mankind. And that's where they're heading towards with their central banks, digital currencies, and every other form of control that they're setting up. He doesn't want to be subject to that. And that's why he began this community. Remember that he started with just $50 with just a website. And then over time, it has evolved and metamorphosed into what we are seeing. We've had difficult times, we've had hard times. As at last year or last 2 years, I mean, there are a whole lot of things we've gone through, but let's not go to dwell in the past. But we scaled through, you know. And then this particular one that is before us is also a phase that will scale through. Some people has given up because bounties are not being paid, and they are offended, and they are saying that the administration should give them what belongs to them before they can bring in anything and put into the system. I want you to know that this community does not belong to the administration alone. It belongs to you, it belongs to me, it belongs to us. And if we are not willing to build this community, then by default we'll just align with what the elites are setting up. And that's destruction. That's transhumanism. And I still don't understand why so many of us hasn't seen this. I don't understand why people can't just get it. Now, admin has said that he's going to change the whole status quo, and it's already going on because the transition is going on. We've been on transition from the beginning of this year, and we are still transiting into a better system. You know, so that's one of the things I want to talk about, which the administration, bordered on quickly. And bringing in new money into the system simply means that we are going to go about the Joy G Gains promo. Joy G Givers Gain promo. I call it promo because, I don't know whether to put it as a promo or not. Now, why I call it promo is because the underlying concept of the community is that you come into this community and then you are consistent for 1 year, after which you get an equal match. As an administrative cadre, which is on the core team, backup team, or the rotator team, that is where we are at the moment. So I should dwell on that. I shouldn't bother myself going into the billionaire level because we are not there yet. We are still filling out the administrative cadre. So let me pay attention to what we are doing at the moment. So as a new member, you are consistent for 1 year by paying your subscription fee and seeing to it that your account never expires. You could go about it in 6 months, in 3 months, in 1 year, in monthly, biannually, whichever way you want to go about it. It's your choice based on your financial strength. You can also go about bringing in downlines and then you enjoy 50% of it. And then with that, it supports you to move forward. So there are varieties of ways to go about it. That's the fundamental principles of the community. 1 year later, you are given an equal match of Joy G because every month, as long as you are active and your account never expires, you are given 50 Joy G. For those on the rotator 23, which is where we are feeling, 50 Joy G sums up for 12 months. It makes it 600 Joy G. And then you get an equal match 1 year later, which you can use to do whatever you want. Perhaps the price of Joy G would have risen to about $15,000 or more, 1 year from now. It wouldn't be where it is at the moment. And I want to announce to you that shortly the price of Joy G will kick off. I'm going to go into the details very soon. The price of Joy G will get to $2,000 very soon. And that is the reason why the administration put out a blog some few days ago advising people to buy in now that the price is low. And I hope people would understand and I hope people would take necessary actions because most people that are in this community, or a good number of people, not most, a good number of people are given to seeing. They want to see before they act. But I want you to know that the moment you have seen, the possibility of acting won't happen immediately. It will take a while because that opportunity has come. It has presented itself before you. You didn't take advantage of it. It goes. And then when it goes, what you will say is, I missed the train. And then you may come into the train after 1 year later. And these are the reasons why people should be very aware and take advantage of the opportunity. For instance, myself, every opportunity that the system has offered me. I've taken advantage of it, and I am still going to keep taking advantage of it. Now, when things normalize, I want you to know that I'm going to be at the very top. The reason why I'm going to be at the very top is because the system will reward me handsomely. There is a gestation period. There is a time that my seed is on the ground. It is being, building up. It is getting mature. When it sprouts and it starts moving up, I can tell you that people will begin to wonder. And that is the same mindset you too should also carry, if you understand what we are doing. Okay. So the admin is going to make use of this Joy G Gains promo to change how things are going to be done. I've emphasized on it. That's why I said refer back to my previous videos to get a sneak peek of what I'm saying, or a detailed explanation into what I was saying. Okay. All right. So another thing I should also make you guys know is that whether you are going to be a donor or you're going to be an agent. Now, a donor is those that are giving. Agents are those who have at least one Joy G stored up in the system. Now, in both sides, whether as a donor or as an agent, the activities will be done through the Gringo Cash back office. Now, the reason why it will be done through the Gringo Cash back office is, as a donor, you will be giving $1. And if you're going to go through your MetaMask and you're giving $1 to an agent through your MetaMask, you'll find out that transaction charges will reduce your money, and then transaction charges will cost you to spend more than $10, maybe $11, or more than that, depending on the volume or the traffic at the time you'll be going about your transaction. So it is going to be that you move your money to the KCBO, whether you want to do for $10 or $100. It's going to alternate between $10 and $100 for now. And then over time, based on how much progress we make, it can expand to others, maybe more than $100. So the administration will give room for people to move their money to the system and make payments. You should also know that you would register your MetaMask. You must register your MetaMask. Everybody that will be a donor or will be an agent must have his MetaMask registered. Why? Simple, because payouts will be made through your MetaMask. Payouts will be made through your MetaMask. So you must have your MetaMask wallet address for donors and for agents. For the donors, they make their payments in BUSD and they receive back their capital plus the interest for that day in Joy G. So you pay in BUSD, you get your money in Joy G, and you get it directly into your MetaMask. That's how the system is structured. Now, for the agents, when the donors make donations to them, you choose who you want to donate to. And as soon as you've made the donations to them in BUSD, that same day, the system will credit the agent's account with Joy G. Okay? Now, for the agent, there is no interest that you will get. What you are getting are just contributions from the donors. So if each person gives you $1, let's say 10 people give you $1, that's $100. You don't get an interest on the $100. Those that get the interest are the donors. Now, people ask, where is the money coming from? I've said it, the admin has said it several times, that there has been money stuck in the system. And let me make it clearer so that people can see. Let me share my screen so that people will see better, because most people are in the community and they are inquisitive, which is okay, which is fine. So I want to make sure that you are not just in the community and you are not aware of what's going on. Now let's come here and then go back to page 1. Now, this has been said several times and it will keep being said. This is the 1 billion coins, which is the contract. When you click here, you see its contract. This is the 1 billion coins. And this 1 billion coins will be distributed to 1 billion members in the community. Actually, it's going to be 1.1 billion members. And these ones are going to be solely for members that are diligent for 1 year. The system will give them, based on where you fall into, whether core team, backup team, rotator team, you get your equal match. And then those on the core team, backup team, and rotator 22 will get double, but for those on the core team and backup team, they get double and quadruple. So those on the backup team, rotator team, they get only double. So they get one June and they get the next one December. But core team and backup team, they get one by double of it by June. They got the first one by January, double by June, and quadruple by December if they don't fall off, if they are diligent. Now, this is how these ones will be distributed to members in the community. Consequent members who come in rotator 23 has to play for 1 year, and then they are going to keep getting rewards of 50 SBC every month, which sums up to 600 SBC. Now, let me also let you know, for the billionaires, this is a tip of the iceberg. It is out of today's content. But for the tip of the iceberg, if you become a billionaire, or you come into the category of billionaire, or you fall off into the billionaire level, I want you to know that you are not getting any rewards for paying your subscription fee. You have to work. At that level, you have to work. You are going to work and get rewards from the system. It will still be SBC, but it won't be 50 SBC. It will now be based on the plan the administration puts out. There is a plan he will put out then, and then when he puts out that plan, that's what the community will work with then. And it could be that you bring in 2 people and then you get 0.1 Joy G or 0.1 SBC. You bring in 4 people and then you get 0.3 SBC. You bring in 6 people and then you bring 0.7 or 8 SBC. Now, this is how it's going to be. You won't easily get 1 Joy G. You won't easily get 1 SBC. You have to bring in at least 10 people to qualify to get at least 1 SBC. So that means 50 people qualifies you to get 5 SBC. Then that means 100 people qualifies you to get 10 SBC. But of course, by then the community would have become so solid that it will be rolling so fast that people will be coming in so fast. By then, we would have also started our GGR economy. A lot of activities will be happening then. And as more activities are happening and people are getting to recognize the community, the rewards will be shrinking. So many people hasn't heard about us here. That's why the rewards are so much. And I can tell you that between now and maybe 1 month from now, we fill out the administrative cadre. It sounds funny, right? But watch. Now, before September, we would have filled out the administrative cadre. And then the difficulty levels goes 1 step above. And if you fall off from the rotator 23 into the billionaire level, I tell you, you have to work a bit harder, and you are going to get 1,000 times less than what the last person on the rotator 23 team will get. So don't joke with your positions. I hope you get that. All right, so moving forward. Now that's a digression. Okay, so I'm going back now. Now this is the contract, and then this is our market-based coin. This is 111 million. It's supposed to be 111 million, 111,111. That's when you sum this up. Okay. Now, if you calculate the normal amount of coins from the admin wallet to everybody's wallet, when you sum everything up, it's going to be about 1,111,111,111. The amount of coins in circulation as I speak now is about 400. As I speak now, is about 400. Sorry about that. So 400 coins are in circulation, and all these ones are locked up. Don't pay attention to this. I've told you that you get this one exclusively for members who dedicate themselves to the community. They get their equal match, and that's a different ball game, which I'm not going into today. Okay, now let's go into this one, because this is what we're looking at the moment. Now, this one is the one that the admin wants to distribute to members of the community who will take part in the donors promo and who will also take part in the agent promo. It is this one that will be distributed to them. Okay, now the administration expects that as new members come into this community, they will come in because the donors are getting their rewards and they're getting their interest, and it's making sense. And they go tell their friends, and their friends come in. I want you to know that when their friends come in and then the donors choose to cash out, there will be no limit as to when to cash out and when not to cash out. The donors can get as much as they can, and if they want to, they can cash out. And the cash out will come to Pancake Swap, and in Pancake Swap, it will be domiciled. It will be stored up here. And if it's stored up here, new members will come in and buy from here. And the more the donors are gaining and are telling their friends, the more those people come in and then come buy coins from here. And when they come buy coins from here, this will also deplete. And when this depletes, you will find out that the donors will sell, it comes in here, new members come in and buy up. Now, if more new members come in to buy up because the donors are doing a good job publicizing it, then this will go down very fast. And then the price of Joy G will go up, and it will go up very fast. Now, that is one of the things that will cause Joy G to go up. Secondly, pay attention. Secondly, the administration said that he needs agents. Remember that I said that about 400 coins are in circulation, right? Yes. Now, when you scroll down, stay with me and pay attention to the number of coins we are seeing now. Okay. Now we are moving down. We are moving down. The first page is filled up. Okay. Now this is about 50 coins. I mean, 50 members are having at least one coins. At least 50 members, not exactly 50, at least 50. Now, moving over to the next page. On this other page, you'll find out that these other members also have one coin. And almost all, oh, these ones are having one. Now, we are shy of two. I tell you without mixing words that before the next 2-3 hours, this will be 1. And it moves into the next page. Now, what am I pointing at? Remember that I said 400 coins are in circulation. Now, what if when we want to launch this promo, we're having about 200 agents? Do you know what that means? That 200 coins will be locked up in the system because it will go through the KCBO, and then you go and deposit the coin there. When you deposit the coin there, the amount of coins in circulation will shrink from 400 into how many? 200. And at that point, where do you think the price of Joy G will be? Your guess is as good as mine. It will be up much higher than where it is. Now, this is why the administration is saying buy it now, because the moment the administration says they are through with the work and then the portal is open for people to move over their coins, you begin to see Joy G move up. And if you are not an agent as at then, your tendency of being an agent will be short-lived. It will take a very long time because the supply will remain small. The supply will remain small. Even though the administration will be releasing coins from here and be giving members in the community, it will be done at a very slow rate. So as he gives out, for instance, a certain amount of coins to about 19,000 people, I also want you to know that about 10 agents has already been created, because as he gives out the coins, a lot of people will start building, especially those donors. They will start building, and then at some point the coin will go down, and when it goes down, it will be a buy opportunity, and then people buy. There will also be others who are waiting and has the financial strength, and then the opportunity comes and the price is way up there, and they are like, well, I've watched it for some time and it's okay. They have the muscle, they buy in, and they become agents as well. So the point I'm driving at is, for every coin that leaves this account into the donor, one agent is created. For every coin that leaves here into the donor's account, one agent is created. And each time an agent is created, it reduces the supply. So this will cause the price of Joy G to always ever keep going up, even though the supply is slowly being reduced and given to members who are donors. And then donors at will decide to sell. And then the value comes into Pancake Swap, and then new members coming in will buy in. And then it also depletes this more. So the price of Joy G will always keep going up. Some people are saying that they are afraid that the donors will sell so fast. And as donors are selling so fast, that it will deplete the price of Joy G. Don't forget that as more agents are also being created, agents will benefit the most, because they are going to get money from as many donors as possible. And even if it is your enemy that is an agent, what does it cost you to give to your enemy? Because when you give, you get it back immediately. And you don't just get it back, you get it back with an interest. The least interest you get is 10%. I assure you that within the first week, that anyone who starts with $100 will double his money that very week. This is my assurance to you. If you start with $100, you double your money that week. Now, the question is, are you going to be a consumer or an investor? If you choose to be a consumer, then you'll be among the majority that will cash out. Now, if you are an investor, then you build your way up into becoming an agent. And I tell you that a few people will be investors, a few people will be smart to build their way up because they don't have the financial muscle at the moment. It's okay if you miss out because you don't have the financial muscle, but you can build up as a donor, and it's very frugal with expenditures. You take your time and then you compound your money because you get it in BUSD, you pay, you get it in JoyG, and then if you don't want your money to lose value, you want it stable, you swap it back to BUSD. That's where it's stable. Now, if it's on JoyG, two things will likely happen. It either goes up or down. So you have to use wisdom, use discretion to decide. If your money is $10 and you get $15 and the value drops, it can drop to as little as $11. It can even drop to $10. It can even drop to $9. But because we will be running what you call quick recovery based system, it can recover back in a matter of an hour because the supply is so small and the demand is on a high rate. So more people will be buying and less will be selling, especially new members. That will cause the price to quickly go up. So it's your choice to leave it in BUSD or leave it in JoyG. That's your choice. I'm not to tell you what to do, but I want you to see it from different perspectives and you choose how to go about it. I hope we are getting the whole idea. So the point I'm actually driving at is there will be donor side, there will be agent side. Donors should be wise. The intent is let as many people be donors and let there be people that will also be agents. Being an agent won't come on a platter of gold. It will become a bit more challenging over time to be an agent. Very soon, we're going to have 1,000 agents. Over time, we're going to have 5,000 agents, 10,000 agents, and even 50,000 agents. But I can tell you that for every agent that you have, there will be at least 10 donors. For every agent that you have, there will be how many? 10 donors. Another thing I should bring to your attention, which you should please pay attention to, I'm summarizing yesterday's mass adoption meeting. I'm detailed, okay? And the administration said a lot, but I'm giving you nitty-gritty tiny details so that you sit down and comprehend, okay? Now, as an agent, I want you to understand that you're building in your profile. I said this in my previous broadcast, but I want to say it again because it's a sensitive position that you are coming into as an agent. If you are not someone that is careful with money, if you're not someone that has managerial skills, I won't advise you to start as an agent. The reason why is because the community will put their eyes on you. It is not the admin that will come after you. Another thing I should bring to your attention is if you are an agent and you submit that money to the system, take note of this. You have submitted a collateral. That's your collateral, okay? When you go to banks, you want some money, you go and give them something worth more than what you want to borrow from the bank. That's the system. Now, the JoyG, there is no telling to how much the price of JoyG will be. In the next 1 year, JoyG could be $50,000. 1 year from now. 1 year from now, JoyG could be $25,000. 1 year from now, JoyG could be, I don't know. But the point is, 1 year from now, JoyG will be so high. And I don't want you to get distracted and get carried away to the point where this community would give you maybe $2,000 and you run away. If you run away with $2,000, you would eat your future now. And when you eat your future now, you will come crying foul because there is no way that the system will bless you. Members, donors will bless you to the tune of at least $1,000 and doesn't expect accountability from you to see how you expended that money. And you don't put proper documentation, receipts, videos, and a whole lot of things to show that the money given to you was properly accounted for. If you are someone that just relax and the system blesses you to the tune of at least $1,000 upwards, because it will be more than it. Some people will have $1,000 the very first day. Okay. Now, if you are giving about $1,000, it is expected that you should go form your team. In fact, at this level, if you're an agent, you should have started forming your teams. Go form your teams and prepare because when it starts, accountability will begin immediately and the thing will be very transparent. If you give an agent $1, everybody will know. Just like the way this blockchain is, everyone that makes any transaction or adds to your coins, people will see. Now, our community will be like that, and any agent will be known. It's not as if you will use your address to, the community will know who you are. Okay, and if you are a scammer, the community will know that you are a scammer. If you are a fraudulent person, the community will know that you're a fraudulent person. The community will not deliver you when you fail. You have to be very careful to be an agent. If you fail to give proper accountability, what will happen is that members will stop donating, and when they stop donating, then what happens is you become an isolated agent. And if money is given to you and you don't expend it properly, and then you just want to withdraw your Joy G, and then you want to move on, it won't work. Now, let's reason together. I want you to understand, because our community is correcting all their anomalies. I and 1,000 people gave you $1,000, which is $1,000, and we kept doing it consistently for at least 5 days. So $1,000 for 5 days is $5,000. You are supposed to use the weekend to prepare something very beautiful. At least 1 week. Once you start getting the money, you start making plans, because you know the money will keep coming. And make a very good plan. And when you make that plan, then you let the community know through the blog that you are going to do something huge. And after doing it, put in the receipts, put in documentation, write a whole lot of things, do interviews with the less privileged. When you finish and you put it there, the community will look at it and say, very good, now we are seeing value for our money. But if you are the one that just gets the money and you leave it there, you don't do anything, 1 week passes, 2 weeks passes, 3 weeks passes, you do nothing. Do you think that donors will keep giving it to you? No. And another thing you should know is that once money has been given to you, you must use it for goodwill. If you don't use it for goodwill and you want to pick your Joy G and walk away, my dear, it won't work. You have to use the money, because you have accepted to put your Joy G in the system. And that means you have accepted to become a humanitarian. It's a job, it's a job, it's a full-time job. So you should start working on your teams and understand how sensitive being an agent is. If you think you can't be an agent, become an apprentice. An apprentice is a donor that learns the trade and builds up to the point where he says, very good, I think I can now become an agent. Take this thing very seriously, because when this thing starts and then the system begins to withhold people's coin because they are not showing proper accountability, don't say the system is wicked. You are the one at fault. Everything will be made public, everything will be made open and transparent. Even people can make comments. If you have done something wrong, comments will be made available for people to rebuke you or to exalt you, whichever. This is the mindset that you should expect. So this is serious business, and we are wanting to transform everything so that everybody can be happy. And if you think it's a good idea, then choose where you want to be. But the point is, as an active member, don't be idle. Now, as a donor, your subscription fee would never be an issue. Even $10, if you're able to double your money 2 times in a week or once in a week, and you double it like in about 3 weeks, you've gotten your money for a subscription fee with ease. Yes, with just $10. With 3 weeks, you've gotten you may even have more than that. So I want you to know that that era of saying it's difficult to pay subscription fee, that era is gone. Don't say, I can't pay my subscription fee, because the admin is giving you everything. Is giving you everything to see that this community succeeds. We will fail several times, but that's not the end. Not that we failed. It's a learning process, and we've learned a lot, and we have gained experience. I can tell you, not just the admin, myself has gained experience. Leaders has gained experience, because we know that people can be wonderful in their ways. A good number of people can be wonderful if you understand my perspective. So know who to associate with, know who your leaders are, know who your lecturers are, know who to follow in the community, because it's as sensitive as that. If you follow the wrong person, you go astray. You follow the right person, good luck to you. Finally, let's read the blog. I believe we've understood my message. So let's go into the last thing. Let's read the blog. All right, so I'm now going straight to the blog. Let's go there and check it out. Wow. 100 have one whole Joy G coin and are ready to become goodwill agents. I've already emphasized and explained in details. And if you didn't understand it, then understand it. Admin took time to dwell on this blog yesterday. So I want to dwell on it as well. I've said the bulk of what I'm supposed to say, but let's read it together. Now, If you have one whole Joy G coin, nothing can stop you from becoming an agent. Now, let me say, I wanted to be a donor. I wanted to be a donor, but there are a few things I reasoned. You know, there are a few things I reasoned, and I said, I want to be an agent. Now, some of you who may not have known me, I've introduced myself several times, but let me reintroduce myself. My name is Augustine, okay? I'm from Nigeria, and I happen to be the ambassador for the Simply Brilliant Community Nigerian chapter. I also happen to be a member of the Privy Council, and the member of the Privy Council happens to be, at the moment, the highest governing authority in the Simply Brilliant community. I didn't gain it on a platter of gold. I learned, I built, and I was diligent. So if it is someone that you can hold up to for his words and hold accountable, you can point your finger at me. And I can assure you that if I am an agent, I should lead by example. Now, I wanted to be a donor, but I decided to choose that responsibility of becoming an agent because I want people to see my blog and say, this is a model to follow. If you are carrying that mindset, then that's a good one. I'm doing it because there are people that will do a whole lot of naughty things and people would want to see something to follow. That's why I chose to become an agent. Okay. So as at now, I have one Joy G and I'm ready for whatever thing that comes up. And I advise you to have one Joy G. It doesn't cost you anything. It may come with a sacrifice, but do it. It's worth it. And then give humanity an opportunity to prove that you are a humanitarian. Humanitarians are people that love humanity and wants the best for humanity. That's the path we're moving. So Joy G is going to create a whole new kind of job opportunity, categorizes two people as donors and agents. Call them members. Admin uses word member, but I'm using donor because you are giving. A donor gives, okay? And then agents use what is given to help humanity. And the cycle process, I've already explained it. So if you didn't get it, go back and listen to it so that you get it. So if you already have one Joy G coin, nothing can stop you from becoming an agent. I want to have as many agents as possible. I also want to have teams of agents. If you think you are an agent and you want to work with me directly or indirectly, you can reach out to me. My WhatsApp details are on the description below. Reach out to me and then let's see how we can work together, because I have to have a channel of agents spread across this Nigeria so that we can work in harmony, in synergy, and then begin to make things. You must be a sincere person. You must be accountable. You must be a straightforward person. I know a good number of people in Nigeria that are straightforward and are not straightforward. So if you are not on that straightforward category, please don't reach out to me, because I'm very straightforward and I will not deal with people who are crooked in their ways. Okay, so take note of this. Now, a month ago, only 15 people held a whole Joy G. 15 people held a whole Joy G coin. And a week ago, 50 people had a whole Joy G coin. Now, 100 people have a whole Joy G coin. My advice to those that have one Joy G coin, go ahead and line up the poor. You are going to feed, because you are going to, now the administration emphasized on the red. The red he emphasized on is you are going to be getting thousands of dollars of Joy G daily. And I have said it before, make sure you use it properly. If you don't use it properly, number one, nobody would give you more money. Nobody will donate. Number two, the system will not return back your collateral. It is how the banking system operates, not exactly the same, similar. When you give money to the bank, you would always give more than what you are taking out. And if you are not willing to keep up with the interest given and you're not able to return the capital, which is the principal, within the stipulated timeline, what happens is that they won't come running after you. They will let you be, and they just come for your collateral. Whatever your collateral is, it could be your house, it could be a mansion, it could be an estate, whatever it may be, it would always be more than what you are taking out. So take note of this, that being an agent is not a child's play. it should not be handled with kid gloves, because people are thinking that all you do is get the money. It's okay to use out of your money. I've referenced it in my previous broadcast that I was given $10,000. I had a team of about 5 people, and each of them took their time to give their own effort, spend their own. I didn't give them a dime. They used their money to do the work. And when we finished the work, I called them together and said, guys, you guys did a good job. You can take this. And all of them were happy. You can reach out to any of them. They are there. They would also watch this video. They got handsome rewards for the efforts made. And whatever thing that they expended in the course of the goodwill that I happened to have handled last year, they got back the reward. Some of them got reward much more, because come to think about it, $100 is worthwhile. $100 was about 70 something thousand. They didn't spend that much. They spent roughly 30,000 in whatever they were doing, running around. Most of what they did was logistics, running around with their vehicles, and then using their, fuel price then was a bit cheaper, but they were handsomely rewarded. So we used 5% of what the admin gave us. It's 10,000. 5% of 10,000 is how much? I think that's 500. Yeah. Now 10% of 10,000 is 1,000. So 5% is 500. So 500 was expended to us. All of us were happy. So the system is not saying don't use anything. You can use out of it. It is at your discretion. What the system wants to get from you is doing something that when people see, they are happy. And when you show them documentations, receipts, they can beat their chest and say, well, the person was given $5,000 and the person comfortably used 4,500 to spend on goodwill. And the videos are satisfactory by me. The documentations, the things, the items that were given are satisfactory by me. I think $500 should be used for miscellaneous expenses or personal use. It is fine. Okay? So you should be very careful about what you'll be getting, because people have ego eyes. People can see through your deceptions. And a good number of people that give out money will be careful to see. I'm not saying you should be finding faults. It is a system built on love and respect. But if you are doing something that is wrong, it will be easy to detect. So please, I'm emphasizing on agents, because agents are the ones that will handle the bulk of it. You are passing on a reputation. If you are giving to fraudulent activities and fraudulent life, you are passing on the wrong image of the community. You are telling the world that the community is wrong, and the community will not take it, on a platter of gold. The community will fight back. If you choose to ruin the integrity of the community, we will not sit back and watch it happen. No. So take note of what I'm saying. Now, you are going to be getting thousands of dollars of Joygy daily. Of course, I've explained how that will be. Now, if you can document, you are feeding the poor, we will provide you a blog. I've already talked about it, okay? Now, but the members have a choice where to send their funds to the agent. So, like I've also said, the members will choose who to give money to. At the very beginning, you can give your money to whoever you want, and watch the person. Give it to whoever you want. Now, when the system starts running, I'm also going to come out to show you agents that I can trust. Okay? And if you are following me and you want to, you can also give to those agents when the time comes. It does not mean that all who I recommend is what you do, except you love me too much that you can do everything I say. But it's also good to put on a bit of discretion. I will only tell you things I think are okay, so that you don't spend your money at the wrong place. Okay, so I hope you get that. Now, but the members have a choice where to send their funds to the agents. I've said that before. Now, if you take the funds one day, that is, if you take the funds on day one and feed the poor, the members are likely to keep supporting you. So now what the admin is actually trying to point out is, of course, if you are giving $1,000 in a day, you won't just give it to the poor. You have to plan, okay? And the planning stage is now. So if you are an agent and you've not started making plans, it means you don't believe the community. Because I'm making plans. You have to make plans so that once the money starts coming in, you have already made good plans. And within a space of at least 1 week, you have money, you have the fundings, you have made arrangements, and then you document it, and over time, as fundings continue building, you can now involve the media. And when you involve the media and the world sees it, and then you put in your contact details, that's how you get downlines. So the downlines now will come in. You are not going after them, they are the ones coming to you, because they are also humanitarians and they want to enjoy what you are doing, because they see that there is no money in the society, but you guys are doing something, a private society. Wow, that's beautiful. So it attracts them, and those ones will come in and will learn the principles of the system. They will start with donors. They will not start as agents. So these are steps. These are steps that everybody in the community should be aware of. Because if you're a new member and you come in and you want to be an agent, you have learned the ways of the elites, and the ways of the elites are fraud. And an average person given an opportunity would eat money. So they have to learn that it's a system built on love and respect. And then when they've built that mind for love and respect, then they can become agents, which will take time. Remember that as an agent, you are a master. As a donor, you are an apprentice building into becoming a master. Those people that are donors, and all they do is eat their money, I'm sorry for those ones. I'm really sorry for them, because I don't know what their future holds. Since they don't have the discipline to hold on for a while, I'm sorry for them. All right, I'm rounding off. Now, when you feed the poor, prove it. Take pictures and videos of the food, the receipts of purchase, the people you are feeding. I've said this already, and so on, and put it on your daily blog. So this is going to play out very soon. In less than 10 days from now, all these things will start playing out. So are you prepared? Guys, are you prepared? If you're not prepared, please get prepared. It shouldn't take you unawares. All right. So let me stop here and then move to questions. On the side of the administration, there were people that asked questions. So many people asked questions. I won't bother on those questions. There are a whole lot of questions that people asked. But if you listened to my summary, you should have gotten a glimpse. You'd have gotten holistic understanding of it. And if you have your questions, ask. I think I'm in a position to answer your questions. So let me quickly respond to this, my viewers. I want to say thank you, viewers, that has taken your time to be here with me, listening to me and learning. I'm grateful. It's an honor. Please, I would appreciate it if you can like. The attitude of liking should become very, 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 very good in the community. People should just let people feel the energy in the community by seeing 1,000 likes, seeing 2,000 likes. Let members of the community cultivate that habit, because as you give, you get it back in multiple folds. Okay. So hello, Ambassador Augustine. Thanks for the good work. Always, you're welcome. And good morning, brother. Well done. Thank you very much. My brother and fellow Privy Council member, brother Amechi, says, good job. Thank you, sir. My beloved sweet sister, greetings to you, dear leader. Happy to be here again. Happy to see you again, beloved. And good morning, sir. In fact, I think it's in fact you wanted to write. You wrote infant. It's supposed to be in fact. I love what you are doing for us, because our community is a school. How I love to keep it up. Okay, how I love it. Keep it up. All right, thank you very much. Now, this makes sense as more updates pop up. My leader, trust me, you are good in updates. Thank you very much, dear. I just love how you break things down for better understanding. Thanks a lot. You're welcome, dear. You're very welcome. All right. Good morning, bro. Uganda. Uganda in the house. Brother Kintu. Greetings, my brother. And good morning, Ambassador. This is Brother George. Brother George Abala. Yeah. So I think I've done a good job making my presentations. If you have questions, I think within the next few seconds, ask your questions. But if you are satisfied with my content, I would appreciate it if you can like, share, and subscribe. Click on the notification bell. Click on all, so that anytime I'm live, you get the notifications so that you don't miss out. Okay? There'll be more updates over time. And as those updates unfold, trust me, I'll come in live to give us feedback on how it goes or how it should be. All right. So since I'm not seeing any updates, I think most of us are satisfied. All right. One person Two people has commented, thank you for the update, sir. My beloved brother from another mother, brother Chinedu, you're welcome, sir. And then finally, if you have more, please bring it on. But if you don't, okay. This is brother Geraldine Ifeanyi. He said, thanks, Ambassador. God will help the mission of this community to be actualized. Keep up the good work. You're welcome. All right. So I'm not seeing any other person making any other questions. Most people are appreciating. They're not asking questions. So I think everyone is good. All right. So thank you so much for those of you who have, taken your time to listen, taking your time to like, taking your time to share. I'm grateful. Brother Dominic says, Ambassador, good morning. Please, for daily giving, will there be a timeline to send your $1 funding? All right. There were three things the administration said yesterday. He said conditions upon which the Joy G will run. Joy G gains promo. Number one, that's regulations. There is going to be a regulatory button that will be accessible to him to appreciate the interest between 10% and 100%. Number one. Now, number two, he said there will be timings. The number of times that people can give to it can be every day, it can be once in a week, it can be three times in a week. He would regulate that. That's the second one. And then the third one is the amount. The third one is the amount. You know, for now, it's between $10 to $100. And where necessary, he would adjust it. He would adjust it. So these are the three conditions. One, the amount. Two, the regulation. And then there was one more. I can't actually remember the three. Okay, let me try to get it back. The first one is the regulation, which is between 10% to 100%. The second one is the number of days you can actually donate. And then the third one is the amount you should donate. So I hope you got it. For the timeline, once you are allowed to donate today, the whole of today you can donate and you get back the money the same day. The earlier the better. But I hope you got this. These are the conditions the admin gives or will give. And he's going to document everything. And everything is going to be properly regulated by him to see that we maximize gain. All right? Okay. Is there any other question? Or we are good? If there is any other question, ask. If there is no other question, then I'll be stopping at this point. I guess there are no other questions. So remember, I'm emphasizing like. A community built on the foundation of love and respect. People should you enjoy liking. It's a good thing to like, okay? Especially when the content makes a whole lot of sense. All right, so thank you so much. It's a pleasure having you guys. Till I'll be coming your way again some other time. My name remains Augustine. Cheers.